and welcome to another narration presented by yours truly, Cryptids Roost. Please be so kind as to throat punch the like button, and don't forget to smack the arse of that subscription button as well. Plus, don't forget to share the video far and wide also. This will help with the YouTube's algorithm and will help promote the channel more. If you would like to support the channel and help make it grow, all donations can be made to paypal.me/cryptidsroost and would be gratefully received. If you enjoy listening to the following story, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile and drop them a line, or even give them a glowing review. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Don't forget to check out the merch store. The link will be in the description and also in the video thumbnail. If you would like an honourable mention, send in a snapshot of yourself with your purchase from the merch store and I'll feature it in one of my videos. If you're going to leave a dislike, please leave a comment as to why. That way I can see what you didn't like about the video and I can possibly make changes in further videos. Thank you. And have you written a CreepyPasta story you would like me to narrate? Or have you had any cryptid sightings, paranormal or supernatural encounters? And you can submit your stories and encounters to cryptidsroost@gmail.com. If you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine with me. Again, all the links are listed below. So grab your coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not. The weirdly imaginative fantasy Bestiary my 10-year-old daughter is doing. This fantastic short story is written by Deep Within My Own Head, a wonderful author over on Reddit's Nosleep subreddit. As a self-assumed nerd, I have to say I'm proud of my little girl Elizabeth, or as I call her, Lizzie. She just follows in my footsteps when it comes to liking mythology, cryptids and fantasy animals. Yes, you guessed right, she loves fantastic beasts and where to find them. She was born with the same imaginative mind that I had when I was her age, and she definitely knows how to exercise it. My wife thinks it's a bit too much when she stays up until late on Friday nights drawing dragons, unicorns, or unicorn dragons in the drawing book we gave her last year. The younger one, Cameron, isn't as imaginative as her, unfortunately, but I love him all the same. While he is not as creative, he certainly compensates it with his lively, happy personality. Never have I seen that boy crying since he stopped using diapers. He's also a natural leader. You gotta see him commanding his friend in the little backyard exploration expedition they organised last summer. And so I consider myself a pretty accomplished father, and I'm sure my wife sees herself as a pretty accomplished mother. Nonetheless, these past few weeks has made me wonder if everything is alright with Lizzie. It all started on a day that was raining a lot. The kind of day you just give up doing anything outdoors, and even going to the backyard seems to require a boat. Children were already staying a lot indoors due to the pandemic, and that obviously made some sparks appear between the two. Sibling rivalry, the usual. But that particular afternoon, Cam seemed particularly wary around his sister. He would throw looks at her from a distance, and when she looked back at him, he would hide behind the furniture. "Cam, buddy, tell your dad, is everything okay? Did you fight with your sister?" "Lizzie is with that scary notebook. She's talking about monsters. I don't want to hear about them," he told me, hands on his head like he was protecting himself from something. Okay, typical situation. Older sibling scares younger sibling, talking about witches that eat blonde little boys, or sea monsters that come out of the bathtub drain, or boogeymen in the closet, or whatever. Nonetheless, to give the little guy some relief, I decided to talk to Lizzie. Lizzie was concentrating on a notebook I don't remember giving her, but she had so many that I just probably forgot about it. "Hey, princess, what are you doing?" Then Lizzie rose her eyes and looked at me in the face, her deep blue eyes extremely serious. I'm updating my guidebook. Oh, cool. Can you tell me what this guidebook is about? Yeah, I guess. See, Daddy, this is about the creatures, the ones I see here at home sometimes. Wow, that sounds great, sweetie. Can I have a look? She nodded and passed me her guidebook. Contrary to what I was expecting, there's no figures at all. She's just writing it down, like she actually was recording some kind of creature watching session. Number 12. Unicorn Man. Arms 2, legs 2, skin white, glows purple. Long horn in the forehead, has hooves. 3 big claws on each hand. Likes chocolate muffins. Dislikes getting to bed early. I must admit I laughed inside. That was almost more childish than what I expected from Lizzie. I just told her not to scare her little brother describing the creatures, since he was too young to understand it yet. She once again deeply nodded, with that serious look on her face that she always gave when concentrating. I considered the incident solved. Cam stopped complaining about it, and that was fine. However, with the passing days, I thought she was a bit too into that guidebook. She finished her online lessons, then ran to it. She finished dinner, she was already with it in her hands. She sometimes would turn the TV on and try to watch something, but shortly after that, she was writing on her creature guidebook again. I also started to note that while Cam stopped complaining, he wasn't even getting close to his sister the following days. I asked him if Lizzie was scaring him again or something, but he was simply changed the subject and no answer. My wife wasn't liking it one bit either. She never liked that whole writing and drawing creatures non-stop thing, but I felt I should listen to her and do something. That night I entered Lizzie's bedroom while she was fast asleep and saw the guidebook on her desk. I wasn't surprised to see it was almost full already. What surprised me, and for the first time on a very negative way, was the description of the creatures she had been seeing. Number 148. Urdug. Arms 1, on his belly button. Legs 2, 1 broken. Skin, he has no skin. Face, looks like burned. Angry, makes a lot of noise. Likes, creeping up on its victims. Dislikes, bright lights. Number 262. The Thing in the Garden. Arms 6, 3 on each side. Legs 4, walks kinda like a crab. Has a dark shell like a crab. Face, a lady, can't see her eyes. Likes, trapping people on her burrow. Dislikes, bug spray. Number 788. Mrs. Upstairs. Arms 2, very, very long. Legs 2. Face, only half. Lots of hair. Wears rags. Can sound like a cell phone ringing. Likes, innocent people. Dislikes, experienced explorers. I won't lie, I was unsettled. I always admired my little girl's imagination, but that was just going too far. I mean, drawing unicorns, yes. Drawing Pokemon, yes. Inventing her own Pokemon, sure. You guys gotta see the details of some of the creatures. I just listed a few of them. There were tusks, flappy charred skin, stitched ears over the entire body, impossibly high numbers of eyes. One had like 3,178 or something. Shrunken ape heads, bird skulls covering the eyes. And don't even get me started on tentacles and horns and faces and mouths. Lizzie wasn't trying to create her own list of imaginary friends or fan Pokemon. She was listing down the entire court of hell there. I must admit, I felt disorientated following that little discovery. As much as I believed it all came from her head, I was getting worried about where she'd get references for creating that damn bestiary. I mean, pulsating egg sacs under the eyes, freely moving toucan skulls that came from inside the mouth. Back to my bedroom, I laid down on my bed, struggling more than I'd like to admit to get back to sleep. It must have been the purple glow I saw reflected on the wall. Some fucking teenager trying to mess with the neighbours, I'm sure. The following morning, I woke up to the sound of my wife arguing with Lizzie, and Cam was crying. It was impossibly early for everyone getting up on a Saturday. I came to the kitchen, and surely Cam was crying in the corner, holding his hand. He didn't want to show me right away, but it seemed like he was bitten by something, and my wife was visibly very angry with Lizzie, although I could see in her eyes she was also very worried. Lizzie was trying to tell her mom something. She was desperate for her to listen. Hey, everyone hold on a second. What the hell happened? Joel, that's enough. She needs to stop this guidebook or something. She hurt Camp when he tried to pick up the book. It wasn't me. I swear. It was that thing, I swear. Lizzie was visibly on the verge of tears, and she didn't sound like she was lying either. Honey, what thing? I got on my knees and looked straight into her beautiful eyes. She certainly wasn't lying. Trembling, she gave me the guidebook. What she wanted to show me was on one of the last pages. Number 994. Question marks for the name. Arms, 0. Legs, 0. Face, 0. Has no colour. Has no body. Has no sound, only if it wants to. Likes getting what it wants. Dislikes, there was nothing listed. Something about it made me shudder, and at first I didn't know why. The dislike section was empty, and from last night I could tell she never left that part empty. Honey, I started, trying to hold back my fear and to enter her own game. This one doesn't seem to dislike anything. Why? I guess he would dislike not getting what he wants. But that's just impossible. He always gets what he wants. I'm scared, Dad. The atmosphere in the kitchen was getting heavy by the minute. Cam had stopped crying, now on my wife's arms. She didn't look angry anymore. She looked frightened, just like I probably did. I could only hug Lizzie. I told her I would keep the guidebook. After this incident, the rest of the day kind of progressed normally. My wife and I were talking about seeing a children's psychologist, maybe even a psychiatrist. I'm strongly against it. I kept going through the bestiary my daughter made, her guidebook of walking nightmares. I just realised something that I should have seen earlier, something that got me trembling. Just below the description of creature 994, there was a small reminder. Don't tell Daddy about this. That wasn't Lizzie's handwriting. That wasn't written by my little girl. What should I do?